shaking your head a little bit after two with only seeing 10 or so shots up there?
Yeah, I think they had a ton of block shots. We had a tough time getting the puck to the net. Felt like we were getting guys there. We just had trouble getting it there. This team's known for that, the blocking shots. So I think, getting behind one, Scrivby gave us a chance to win, but it's tough to win a hockey game when you don't score a goal.
What's their history right? So that's their MO. They block it 4 shots to just win any team in the league.
Yeah, but I mean, we're I think good enough that you can, if a team's really focused on blocking shots, maybe fake it and get around them and get it to the net. But, I think against a team like that, we knew it was going to be a close game as far as, the chances and the score-wise. They play tight and make mistakes. And, we made one mistake and they scored. And Scrivby gave us a chance to win with some huge saves. And, like I said before, it's tough to win if you don't score.
Andrew, start, you guys held them off the shot clock for a good 10.5 minutes. Just kind of, how did it unravel from there? How did you see it kind of unfold?
I don't think it unraveled. I think it just was an even game where, they do what they do well. They block shots. They make it tough to generate, shots on their net. We had some good offensive time and some good plays, some good pressure. But no finish on it. So it's obviously a tough team, and when you have a world-class goalie against, to try to score on once you do get your chances, it's you really got to bury any chance you get. So it's a close game. A lot of good things, not a lot of breakdowns, not a lot of fire drills or anything like that. It was just a close game that we didn't, put our puck in the net.
In a close game like that, is it a case where maybe more guys need to get out of their comfort zone and start to generate more?
Once in a while, but most of the goals in this league are coming from second, third opportunities and getting guys crashing.
You guys started well. You had 4 shots on net before they even had one. But what happened there in this, the first period? You weren't able to maintain that momentum.
I don't know. It was. Whether they picked it up a little bit or we let off the gas or whatnot. I thought we finished off the first period in the wrong way. We had a pretty good start. We put the pucks on net, and like I said, we had some traffic, but for whatever reason, we had a little lull after the first 10 or so, and then they carried some momentum into the second and third. I didn't think we played a bad game. We just didn't create enough offensively.
What do you think the guys in front of you did so well tonight in limiting Edmonton's opportunities?
Well, I think we were patient. You know, playing this team, it felt like they played not to make any mistakes. They stayed back and they were waiting for us to make bad decisions or make mistakes so they can counter. But we did a good job of playing a smart hockey game, and as long as it's just a one-goal game, you know, you can't try too many things. You just have to stick with the game plan and let the chances come to you. And I felt like we were the better team the entire game, but at the same time, like I said, it's just a one-goal game, so you have to be smart about it. But last couple games here, I feel like the support we have in our own end helps us play in our own end, but also to play with a lot of speed, to come out with control, and we have close support, so it helps us in a lot of aspects of the game.
How much did you want this back-to-back with that long stretch of not playing?
Yeah, no, I want to play. I want to get going here. It feels like the last couple of weeks I haven't played much, so I was happy when he told me I was going again. You know, I'm used to getting into a flow where, you know, physically it's one thing, but mentally you don't have to work that hard to get into game mode. But when you don't play as much, you have to work a little harder to get in the right place. So it feels good to get a couple games here and yeah, get going a little bit.
Did you feel like you had to work really hard tonight, though? Because
Not physically, but a game like this is more about being mentally ready, and all it takes is one bad decision, and then it's a tie game. And you know, especially when you play on the road, one goal can change so much. They get going, they get the crowd going, and it's just a different game to play. So it was important to stay sharp for me, but also for the entire team. So they did a great job. It was not a very tough game for me, but they had a few chances here and there. But I'm really happy the way we've been playing the last two games here on the road.
You said that Edmonton kind of sat back and waited for you guys to make a mistake. I mean, considering where the team's at in the standings, harder than they did?
No, I think, you know, I've been in that position too, or we have as a team. You don't want to try too much. You want to play a solid hockey game and trying to, you know, wait for the opportunity to create itself. But honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I could tell early on they were sitting back and they were waiting. They're a fast team, so they're a transition team. So if you don't give them that, you know, you have a better chance of beating them. But if you start losing pucks in the wrong areas, they're a really quick team.
Henrik, sorry to jump in a little late, but just maybe a concern level around the league and maybe with your team with the bumps, this thing
That's Hendricks. It's Henrik Lundqvist.
Anything like this.
Road game and back-to-back. I think it was a smart play, and everybody just made, for the most part, good decisions with the puck again. And you know, maybe should have shot a few more, but you know, had the puck a lot at our stick, and that was a good sign.
So does this tell you that when you need to, you can play, you know, a 1-0 game? You can play 50 minutes protecting a lead when we've had issues this year.
Yeah, we've had a couple of games that have gotten away from us, and it was good to see us, you know, close it down and you know, find a way to close it out. I guess you know, we had a couple of breakdowns for sure there, and Hank made some big saves, but for the most part, we kept everybody in front of us and had to block a few shots, and it was good to see that. And ultimately, we did enough little things and made enough plays to get ourselves a win.
Knowing how they're going,
the way your team played? Smart game, disciplined game? How would you describe it?
Well, we're playing back-to-back. Got in fairly late last night, and, we did what we had to do to win a road game, which was, we had to make high-percentage plays.
Dallas got off to a pretty good start with that early power play. What happened after that?
They were. It was a tough night to get. It seemed anything going. It was one of those. It looked like a game where it was, like watching paint dry. Both teams were being fairly responsible, and the Rangers a few years ago took on that mentality of shot blocking, and nothing was ever going to get through. And I haven't looked at the sheet yet, but it seemed like they were able to block a ton of shots, and we couldn't get them through. And the game just seemed to come to a standstill all night. It wasn't a fast game from either side, and but I thought they played a hell of a responsible game.
Is that kind of what you expected from them, having them played the night before? I guess is that the type of game?
Yeah, and they're a far different team that we played earlier. Like you look at their back end. Obviously, everybody knows Lundqvist, but those D-men that they dressed tonight are very valuable, each and every one of them, and they did an excellent job.
You talked before the game a little bit, Dallas, about just having to get pucks to the net and just find a way, and there's no offense to be found tonight. Are you sensing a level of frustration with your guys who were supposed to be generating this offense that's getting in the way at this point? Are you? Yeah,
I think and they should be frustrated. Yeah, I think we would be more concerned if they weren't frustrated. If you're not getting offense, I don't expect them to be walking around here with big smiles on their face. We've tried to set up practice where they're getting lots of touches, getting lots of plays to the net. They continue to analyze their own shifts as we do. It's not something where they're just walking around and they don't care. I want them to. They should be frustrated. We're all frustrated by it. And tonight, I don't even know what our shot total was, but I think we probably had 5 or 6 guys that we need offense from who didn't have any shots, nothing. And for whatever reason, maybe they're blocked, maybe a guy got a stick on it, but it goes back to all the time of you've got to find a way to get that puck to the net. If it's not going to go in the net. That's just the way it is.
So is it concerning to you when on a day where your message is to be getting shots and getting bodies and all that, to be sitting there after 2 periods with, I think it was maybe 10 shots on net? I mean, does it feel to you like you don't understand why the shots aren't coming when that's what you've asked for?
Well, let's not forget there's another team on the ice, right? Who I thought played an incredibly responsible game and who blocked so many shots. So once again, I think it's always easy. The easy thing for me to say is, hey, get shots to the net. It's another thing to get it done. And if I thought our guys were passing up shots right now, I'd be very concerned. I think they're trying to get them to the net, and we've got to get them off quicker. We've maybe instead of taking the extra stride to the net, you lay off it and lay it there. But I find that we are trying to get the pucks to the net. I think our shot totals during the year, I don't know where we're at in comparison to other teams. I'm guessing we're in the middle of the pack, maybe a little bit below middle of the pack. It's on most nights it hasn't been our shot totals. It's been the finishing of it, the finish of putting it in the net, not necessarily you're coming up with 15 shots every night.
You think there's better traffic playing in front of the net?
I thought it was hard to get to in front of the net tonight. Those D played a hell of a game, and again, it wasn't. I don't think we weren't trying to get to the net. I thought we were.
Vince Griffins had a pretty strong night. What do you see in his game that he has a good game and then kind of struggles the next one and has a good day? Like when do you see him needing that consistency? What does he need to do?
Yeah, I think he just needs to get on a string of games like this, and And again, for whatever reason, as a team, we haven't been able to do it. It's, Ben showed last year under heavy fire in the games that he played that he could stop the puck. And I mean a chance after a chance after a chance and a ton of shots. Where we were giving up a ton of shots, he showed that he could stop the puck, and he was rewarded with it with a contract. And this year he's shown spurts of it, and tonight's an encouraging night because I thought he played well. Didn't have a ton of action, but when we needed him, like off they ran a face-off play and caught our D-man missed an assignment. He was there to make the save, and that's what we need from our goaltending. And if we can get that goaltending and then get our shooters putting the puck in the net, then you've got something. But if you're not going to score, you're not going to win.
Thank you.
Good.
We got lead in the first period, and then basically, when we made a couple of mistakes, our goaltender made the saves he had to make. But other than that, we did what we had to do to get 2 points on the road.
How would you describe playing Hank back-to-back and the way he performed these 2 games?
I just thought it was the right thing to do. He wasn't overly worked last night, and he looked sharp, so I thought it was the right thing to do to put him back in tonight.
10-game streak now for Nash. I mean, I know it wasn't a huge factor tonight, but still, things are going pretty well for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of our most consistent performers at both ends of the rink. Good job at both ends of the rink for us. Good. Thanks, guys.
It's Rangers head coach, Alain Vigneault.